As we commemorate this year's 16 Days of Activism, this year's theme particularly stands out for me and saddens me as a Kenyan woman, given the increased prevalence of violence, particularly against women, in all forms, of course, not limited to femicide. And I think even as we commemorate the days between 25th November and 10th December, it's important to highlight all forms of violence that women go through, including sexual violence like rape, defilement, female genital mutilation, as well as physical violence and femicide. I also urge, given the current use of technologies, particularly social media, in terms of highlighting the prevalence, because it's something that has been there. Femicide and sexual violence cases and physical violence cases have always been there. But with what is going on now and activism that is moving towards social media, I think that is the push that we need. I think early this year we had made several calls to the government to do more. Of course, that led to the femicide march in January. And we've now again seen an increase in the cases, as at least for those that we know which are reported. And I am sure there are much more that do not reach the media stations or social media. But I'm also encouraged that His Excellency the President has finally, in the last few days, actually acknowledged this and has asked that relevant authorities like the ODPP actually bring perpetrators to books. I think this is a step in the right direction. And I think we as activists, as women in all our spheres and diversities, that it is upon us to come up with a roadmap on how to do this, be it legal. I think there is a gap that exists in terms of prosecution, particularly for femicide. There is a difference between manslaughter or murder and femicide. No one is saying that femicide is not murder, but we are saying increasingly the amount of women that kill men is less in comparison to the amount of men that kill women. So I urge that we all come together as Kenyans to be able to come up with ways to be able to not only report but ensure that perpetrators are brought to book.